The world looks at your bank balance and calls it your future. I look at what you say out loud, and I already know what's coming for you. You checked the app again today. You saw the number, and something tightened, that familiar knot that climbs from your stomach to your chest and closes your throat before a single word gets out. Then came the silence at the dinner table. And the silence said everything the number couldn't. Before I go further, if you've ever felt that exact tightness, hit subscribe right now, because what I'm about to show you is not comfort, it's a correction. And you're going to want to come back to this exact video the moment it starts working. Here's the sentence I need you to sit with. That number on your screen is not your life. It's a record, a ledger, and there is a second ledger, one that was never zeroed out, not even on your worst month, not even on the night you cried in the car so no one would hear you. We've been taught the order backwards. First the money, then the miracle. First the proof, then the faith. First the paycheck, then the peace. But every teacher who actually understood how this works, Florence Scovel Shinn, and later Louise Hay, Joseph Murphy, Neville Goddard, all of them said the same forbidden thing. The order is reversed. The word comes first. Supply follows the word, not the other way around. That's not poetry, that's a mechanism. So here's the first question I want you to sit with. What have you been saying out loud about your money this week? Not what you feel, not what you hope. What have you actually spoken? Because there is an invisible counter that runs the moment you open your mouth, and it doesn't accept cash. It accepts words, spoken with conviction, by someone who has stopped begging and started declaring. Florence Scovel Shinn used to call it the invisible supply. She wasn't being poetic. She was describing an exchange rate. Everything you are meant to receive in this life already exists, set aside, already counted, already yours. Not a future promise, a present reserve. Picture two ledgers sitting side by side on a table. One has a bank letterhead, today's date, and the number that tightened your chest this morning. It's honest inside the system that printed it. It records what already happened. But that's all a bank statement can ever do. It's an obituary for money that's already moved. It never records what's coming. The second ledger has no letterhead, no date, no signature, just your name and the real balance of your life. Everything the law has already set apart for the person you actually are. It doesn't rise and fall with the market. It doesn't know a recession. It's simply waiting for someone to walk up and claim it with the right currency. And here's the quiet tragedy. Almost everyone lives inside. We spend our whole lives reading the wrong ledger out loud. We say, I can't afford it. We say money is so tight right now. We say this has been a rough month, and every single time, we think we're just describing reality. We're not. We're placing an order. The universe doesn't grade your intentions. It fills the order exactly as spoken. Here's a small exercise. Pause the video for 10 seconds if you need to. Think of the last thing you said about money in the last 24 hours. Was it a declaration of lack or a declaration of supply? Don't judge yourself. Just notice. Awareness is where the correction begins. Watch how this plays out in an ordinary house, on an ordinary Friday. A kid asks if they can get new shoes. The parent answers almost automatically, almost gently, not right now, honey, money's tight. It sounds like honesty. It isn't. It's a small transaction, lack ordered, lack delivered, receipt signed in front of a witness. And on Monday, when the money that was supposed to arrive doesn't, that same parent looks at the ceiling and asks why the universe never listened. It listened perfectly. It gave you exactly what you ordered. This is what keeps so many good, hardworking, honest people stuck. They think they're describing their circumstances. They're actually pre-ordering the next one. And the trap is sneaky, because scarcity always shows up dressed as a virtue. It wears humility when you say, I'm just a simple person, I don't need much. It wears caution when you say, let's not get our hopes up. It wears love when you say you're just protecting someone from disappointment. None of that is humility, caution, or love. It's scarcity, spoken sweetly. And the exchange doesn't read intention, it reads the word. Sit with that for a second, because it's both the most unsettling and the most freeing thing I'll say in this whole video. Unsettling, because it means you've been answered with total precision your entire life. Freeing, because it means the very next sentence out of your mouth can change the order. You were never poor. You've simply been placing the wrong order with remarkable consistency. Here's your second engagement point. Answer this in the comments if you're willing. What's one phrase about money you say almost on autopilot? Write it exactly as you say it. Naming it is the first step to replacing it. Florence told the story of a woman who came to her with an empty purse and rent due in days. No relative to call, no job in sight, no time to negotiate. The woman kept repeating the only sentence she had left: "I have no way to pay this." Florence didn't comfort her. Comfort is often just lack wearing a kind voice. Instead, she gave her an instruction. Stop saying you can't. Start declaring, out loud, that the rent is already paid by an invisible supply. And give thanks before you see a single sign of it. The woman thought it sounded absurd. She did it anyway. Her voice shook the first few times. By the 10th, it came out steady. She wasn't begging anymore. She was standing at the counter with her chin level, waiting for change that already belonged to her. The money arrived, through a door she didn't even know existed, a channel that never showed up in any of the calculations she'd made at her kitchen table at midnight. Florence didn't tell that story to inspire anyone. She told it to prove a mechanism. The law doesn't need your root, it needs your word. There's an old man who lived by one repeated line: "I can never get ahead of this debt." He said it to coworkers, two strangers in line, to himself in the mirror, the way you'd report the weather. Every time he said it, he placed the order again, until the day he simply stopped saying it, and replaced it with, "This is already settled in the unseen account." Nothing changed on paper that day, or the next, but he kept speaking anyway because someone who's placing the true order doesn't audit the receipt every 5 minutes. Within days, an offer came that he never asked for. A woman lost her job on a Wednesday. The first sentence that came to her lips was the one everyone reaches for: "Now everything's ruined." She caught it halfway out and cut it off, the way you'd stop a bad check before it clears. She rebuilt the sentence out loud instead: "My supply doesn't come from one job. It comes from the law, and the law has already provided." 11 days later, an offer appeared that paid more than the one she'd lost. Notice the pattern in every one of those stories. Nobody worked themselves into exhaustion. Nobody forced a door open. They simply stopped placing the old order and started placing the true one. And the exchange did what it always does. It delivered. Here's a practical tool. Your homework for the next 7 days. Every morning, before you touch your phone, before you check any balance, say this out loud. Hand on your chest, steady voice, no rush: "My word is currency. The account is open now." Say it once soft, once firm, once settled, like someone who already knows the outcome. At midday, name one invisible bill, one closed door, one thing you've been worried about, and declare it handled. At night, give thanks for something you haven't seen yet. Gratitude before proof is the signature of someone who already knows how this works. Isaiah 55:1 said it before any bank ever existed: "Come, buy wine and milk without money and without price." Not save first, not wait until you can. Come and buy now, without money, without price. The invitation only makes sense if there's a currency that isn't metal. It's the word. It always was. And Proverbs puts the final seal on it. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. You don't get to choose whether you're placing an order. That happens automatically, every sentence, all day. You only get to choose which one you place. So tell me in the comments, which sentence are you replacing this week? Write your new declaration exactly as you'll say it out loud. Writing it is claiming it. Speaking it in front of witnesses is how the law records it in a different book. You were never the owner of an empty account. You are the holder of a currency your bank was never built to convert. And your voice just found out it's allowed to speak. If this shifted something in you, hit subscribe now. Because next time I'm going to show you the door that opens on its own. The exact moment you stop knocking on the wrong one.